Yeah, okay, let's get into this foolishness. Let's talk about The View, which that show was a joke. I'm gonna be honest. I have not since this season started. I have not really watched The View. I don't care for the show anymore, and I think it's because I am so deep into a rabbit hole of progressive politics that listening to them old broads over there talk about a bunch of centrist bullshit. I just feel like I can't. I can't get with the shits. I can't get with the stupid surface political propaganda. And even though I'm gonna talk about it later, because it was the same show. They had with this foolishness that we're about to get into Whoopi saying, they also had Andrew Cuomo on. And the softball interview they gave him pissed me all the way off. I even think I have a clip that I could pull up and I could show y'all. Shout out to Kevin Ortega Rojas because he had the clip and everything. But I also got the clip of what she said in regards of Super Bowl attendees should do brown face to confuse ICE. So when she's saying this fool, especially when we already know Whoopi Goldberg has yet to live down the Friars Rose blackface situation with Ted Danson, who she was dating at the time, showed up in blackface. This is what we're doing. And this is why I talk about when these rich people live in damn bubbles. So yeah, there was that, and then on top of that, they had Andrew Cuomo on. First of all, they was up in there with old, like trolling and dragging Zoran over old ass tweets he posted when he's been winning in every damn poll. To the point that we had Eric Adams, who was in fourth place, drop out. And they was up in there with the propaganda, especially with the pro-Israel. And it's like, okay, it's the mayor of Israel, is he the mayor of New York? Why is everybody so cucked to what's going on over there? What's going on in Israel ain't got a dick to do what's going on in New York. I want to know why my rent need to be cut down beyond $3,000 a month. We got to be able to know like how, I mean, when is my wages going up, even though I don't work a minimum wage job. So that's the one thing I can say is that I'm lucky about. But the fact of the matter is, why is grocery prices too high? Why is it's like literally yesterday, a friend of mine, when we was at the garden, negotiated with this guy if he can give us like gyros for cheaper. And it worked out because we did a little negotiation situation. But it's like we gotta negotiate with people and stuff to be able to make deals and broker deals so we can get cheaper things around here because New York, everything is too damn expensive to the point that they're pricing people out to move. People of color are particularly leaving New York in droves because they can't afford to live here. And that's about, well, the rich people, if y'all gonna come after the rich people, we leaving. I'll help you fucking pack. Where I gotta meet y'all at so I can help you put your shit in your boxes and have it delivered to where? I'll even lick the goddamn stamps. Because if this is what we're gonna be doing, where y'all gonna be pushing us out so that way y'all can continue to turn this into a raw playland for rich folks, then no, y'all need to go. And then on top of that, this old bitch had the nerve. Yeah, I'm gonna call her bitch because she get on my damn nerves. This bitch had the nerve to go on there on her damn show and talk about that y'all need to that they feel like the younger people don't show respect for the rich, and had the nerve to talk about young people are too dumb to know what they're voting for. This is why I can't stand her because she's always been doing this thing where she looks down and thumbs her nose at the younger generation, and that's always pissed me off about Whoopi. She's done it many a times in situations. I said, no, bitch, you must be talking about your fucking grandkids and your great grands because you cannot be talking about the many of 30 somethings or the 20, 30 somethings that are out here that are sick and tired of being taken advantage of. These kids can't even afford to like get a place for themselves to live on their own. And that's why I always laugh when I hear some people say, but you need to go out, you need to apply for this, you need to get a place. And I was like, with what money? People aren't paying people any kind of living wage that they can afford to pay for their own apartment. And then on top of that, people think a one bedroom for $2,500 is a flex. Where? Why is apartment so expensive? Why is rent so expensive? Why is everything so expensive? Everything's going up except a livable wage. So people are trying to fight and keep their head above water. Then on top of that, they don't have medical insurance. They don't have all these other things. But what y'all gotta? But why would that bother you? Y'all are rich. Y'all don't have that problem. But then Whoopi wants to get on The View and talk about, oh, she's relatable because I gotta work all the time. $9 million this bitch makes a year. She's struggling. Fuck out of here. So anyway, I don't know if you could tell, but it's kind of like she's like I'm irritated. But nevertheless, she said this dumbness about Chrissy Dumb. Now I get it. If you want to go after the fascist Barbie over some of the stuff that she's talking about, where the whole Bad Bunny situation, where she said that ICE is gonna be all over the Super Bowl, even though when Bad Bunny performs, because he said the only reason why he won't tour in the United States is because he doesn't want his tour to become a cesspool for ICE agents, to be just grabbing up his fans and stuff. What makes you think all these people are going to be at the Super Bowl? So they'll be at home watching in the confines of their homes. So, you know, so with all that being said, Whoopi went and said this dumb shit. Hold on as I pull up this clip. It was like I had it ready, but you know, I get in my little tangents. Please hold.
Going to go to the Super Bowl and round up. How's she going to know who's who?
Because the Supreme Court has given permission to question anyone who has a Spanish accent, who has a dark skin.
Yeah. So here's
That's
the
why.
thing. Here's the thing. Everybody get a little cocoa butter, sit in the sun. That's the first thing. and this is the only time you can probably ever do this. Give yourself a Latin accent.
You know, Whoopi, that is such a good idea.
And see if she can tell who's she's saying, because she's going to go to the Super Bowl and round up. How's she going to know who's who?
Because the Supreme Court has given permission to question.
Okay, so why you even listen to her dumb ass say that? Like, oh, this is the one time that I could get away with it. Get your little black, put your little accent, get your little cream. I'm like, bitch, who's putting cream on their face and sitting in the damn sun? White people not doing that when they out here mocking black people by doing blackface. But I guess when you in a little bubble, you ain't been paying attention to the uprise of white folks posting themselves in blackface on social media. Because I'm seeing the pictures. And so what the people said in the comments was the following, because I had to go over there and bring up. One person said, Whoopi, my sister in Christ, this is not it. Another person said, obviously she's being sarcastic, but the real combo should be that Hillbilly Christie is threatening to send ICE to the Super Bowl while everyone on the right is bashing Bad Bunny for his comment that he fears ICE being outside of his shows if he were to perform in America. Sounds to me like he was exactly right. Well, it wasn't about him being exactly right. We knew that's what they were doing because Trump's administration is predictable in regards to this stuff. And it wasn't just only, oh, they're just rounding up people that look a certain, I mean, or whatever the hell it was they were saying. Like literally what ICE agents are doing is swooping in and grabbing anybody. It's not about if somebody has an accent or they sound like they speak in a different language. It's based off of how you look as well. They just grabbing people and rounding them up, which I don't really be talking about on y'all show. Another person said, can you imagine the white folks who have enough to pay for the 4K plus ticket price be down to do anything in protest or solidarity? Doubt it. Then my friend DJ said, when I heard her say it, I was cringing like, damn, we love some Whoopi, but this wasn't it. And then another person, now why the F would she say that? Another person said, Whoopi, no, what if no one was targeted and there was no ICE presence? Huh? Somebody asked, Whoopi, is everything okay? And then they showed a picture of a meme of Denzel slamming the door in some white man face. Another person said, love her, but she's been a real mess lately, crying about how hard it is to be a millionaire to Mom Donnie, and now this. Exactly. That's what I was talking about. And then also someone posted what I posted saying she co-signed Ted Danson in blackface years ago, so this tracks. So then some people said, Whoopi is a comedian. Don't get it twisted. A comedian, really? Because I've yet to hear her tell a joke. Whoopi has been good at doing like sort of the stand-up stuff where she can tell a funny or she could tell funny little stories or whatever. But as far as like her getting up there doing stand-up like a Chris Rock or somebody of that name or Wanda Sykes, that ain't never been Whoopi's ministry. But one of the things I found entertaining also from Kevin, because he posted this, and this was what I had saw also. Hold on as I pull this up. He posted this. I was like, did it come up? Yeah, okay. So he said The View gave sex pest Andrew Cuomo the softest interview ever just days after they dug into Zohran Mamdani. They allowed him to lie about his relationship with Donald Trump, attack Zohran, and say young people are too dumb to understand what they voted for. Oh no, we know what the hell we voting for, and we ain't voting for your ass because you're not likable. And remember, once upon a time, your dumbass Nepo baby ass was a governor. And for you to sit up there and say that, it's like, well, we don't know what we voting for. But what about them old people that died on your watch when you was governor during the COVID situation? I'll wait. They bullied Zohran Mamdani over year-old tweets, but barely pushed Cuomo on the allegations of SA made against him. Instead, they listed his accomplishments and clapped for him. I wouldn't even want to torture y'all with the video clips. We'll watch one. Hold
on. I did say if I offended anyone in any way, I didn't mean it. And I learned a lesson, a painful lesson, which is to be much more cautious about everything you say, any joke, any comment. I won't kiss a person on the cheek unless they initiate a kiss. So it taught me a lesson just to be super cautious, because there is a sensitivity that has evolved that is real. If people feel it, it's true, and it has to be respected.
Okay, he's full of shit. Number one, it's like nobody's buying that foolishness. Well, I did say if I offended anyone that I apologize. It's like, no, because first of all, whenever somebody starts off, if I said anything that made you feel a certain type of way, or if I did anything that made you feel uncomfortable, then no, that's not an apology, because you're not taking responsibility. You're not owning it. Now you're saying I need to be more cautious on what I do. No, it's like you need to learn that, yeah, boundaries. You can't just be going grabbing up on people, hugging them, kissing them, all this other stuff. I mean, there's people that I'm at work that I hug and I say, hey, how you doing? I give high fives, all other stuff. But it has to be initiated, and you have to kind of feel people out. And it wasn't just like some random thing. You were sexually harassing people, sir. So for you to sit up there and act like that it was just some, oh, I'm saying anything, it was a joke or whatever. It wasn't like that situation of, damn, who was the politician that got kind of kicked out by the own Democratic Party because he told like some little joke or whatever the case was? Was it something Al Franken, I think it was, or something or another? Whole career got destroyed because the spineless ass Democrats, and he was really fighting for the Democratic Party. He did one little situation and they kind of just tossed him to the side. But y'all up here propping this Zionist, Trump supporting asshole over Zohran, who's an actual democratic socialist. But this is what I talk about when it comes to the phonies over there at The View. Their vote blue no matter who, as long as it aligns with the blue that we want y'all to vote for. And that would be the spineless ones, like the Hakeem Jeffries, the one that's trying to win a Razzie Award. What's his name? The big back Cory Booker, who's marrying his beard. Then you got oh wait, I think I said Apex Shakur, or probably didn't, and some of the other fools that's over there. But let's read some of them comments, what they had to say about him in that video. That one person said, like it or not, Cuomo was an incredible leader through COVID. And I said, tell that to the singers who died under his watch. And somebody said, where, Narnia? Another person said, The View was a mess. I stopped watching years ago. That's why I said, I'm done with The View. Somebody actually tagged Whoopi Goldberg in the comments, said, hey, at Whoopi Goldberg, and this shit is okay with you, but you came for Zohran Mamdani for the millionaire tax, which is something that has been done and y'all and been supported and successful. You're out of your effing mind. Oh no, because when he said I'm gonna tax the rich on certain things, she's like, oh no, that's gonna affect me. But you know, when it comes to Whoopi don't give a damn about nobody as long as, I mean, unless it affects her bottom line. That's all she care about. She don't care about John Q. Public. Who, if it wasn't for John Q. Public watching that tired ass show, her bills wouldn't get paid. Quiet as it's kept. Somebody said rebuilt LaGuardia Airport and harassed 13 women and built the Second Avenue line. So they're talking about his accomplishments. Another person said be much more cautious was the lesson. Maybe just don't be a predator. There's an idea. Another person said they support the establishment. Expectations start and end there. So, and we could stop and start and end there as well, because yeah, they support the establishment. And one of the things that they will teach you about the View is don't go against the establishment. And that's what they don't go against. They are a part of the establishment. And once you go against the establishment, that affects them and their bottom line. So they're paid millions of dollars to spread lies, vitriol, and propaganda. So don't listen to Whoopi when it comes. First of all, don't even vote for Cuomo because he's an idiot, and you don't want another moron in the White House. I mean, the White House in Gracie Mansion, because we already had an idiot that we can't wait to get rid of, and that was Eric Adams. Thank God his ass will be cooning and buffooning over there, probably with a gig with Donald Trump, because he did offer him a gig, and then the Nepo baby gonna be upset because they're gonna get his ass not once during the primary, because he did, but twice. And I can't wait to see it next month when we all get out there and vote for Zoran to be the mayor of New York City. So y'all can stay mad over there at The View, because the status quo is about to be dismantled, because y'all are getting something you're not accustomed to, which is somebody young, fresh, new, and different in New York City politics, which is going to trickle down into other states, realizing that once we get a Zoran in office, that'll be possible for others to follow suit. Now the question remains, when Zoran gets in, will he be able to effectively do the things that he promises to do? And don't be like Barack Obama, who ran on similar policies of progressiveness, but then when he actually got in office, you basically didn't move the needle on anything. You basically gave all the bailouts to the people that you weren't supposed to give bailouts. So you taught the good game until you got elected, and then you just gave us a bunch of bullshit for two terms. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story regarding Whoopi Goldberg out of touch behind, per usual, saying dumbness on The View? So whatever your thoughts are on this matter, let me know in the comments down below.